Hi, my name is Justin. I'm a senior at the University of Louisiana, Lafayette, coolest school in the nation. I believe the design revolution is a good revolution. It's kind of on the spot. I'm not really good at public speaking, but I mean, it's very informative. Not only informative, but I mean, it's good to see actual products. I mean, for most of us out here in Louisiana, we usually have to go out there on the web, or we got to look at it through magazines. We hardly ever get a chance to see engage a legitimately really good product like the Y Water. I believe is my favorite product known to man. But I mean, I saw the spider boot today, and I was like, that really, I mean, I won't say it hit home for me, but it was something that really touched me in a good way. About I mean, I'm pleased. I was happy. You know.
Cool.
I guess that's not a good one.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you guys have? I mean, do you think that there's relevance for this kind of work in your own studios?
Yeah, I think it's really relevant, especially with what you guys are doing. There's a lot of ignorance about industrial design, not only outside of the field, but in the field in general. There's not many people that know what the possibilities of design and what industrial design can actually do for a company or for just humanitarian purposes in general. So what you guys are doing, kind of spreading the word, actually showing the products that actually help people and actually make differences and do things is a really good thing. Project
yeah,
H,
definitely design can change the world. You know, like you're saying.
It's our motto, yeah.
Absolutely, of course. I mean, pretty much started, I guess, with the wheel. You know, and now look where we are today.
Yeah.
People are starting to redesign the wheel to make it better. When people thought that was like one of the best inventions ever, and now we're coming up with stuff. You know,
hovercrafts.
Yeah.
No wheels needed.
no wheels at all. And I think you know, industrial designers and designers alike has the ability to change the world with our designs, and not only physically but mentally too. Like, man, you know, I shouldn't have threw that bottle in the trash or
Yeah.
recycle.
And then I'm just curious, since you guys are all ID students, do you think this might be a loaded question, do you think there's something specifically challenging about industrial design when it comes to social impact? Like more so than architecture or graphic design, for example?
Well, I think so. With architecture, it's building, and people are going to walk into it and see it. When you think with social outreach, it can house someone, it can shelter someone. Whereas a product, you don't think of it the same extent as it can shelter me, it can save me when it can. So I think it's harder to educate people on how important these design products are. You know, houses, they apply to everyone. Prosthetic legs, they don't. So it's almost to touch base and let people know that, no, you might not need this, but this is still a very important product.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, well, like with industrial design, we speak a kind of a universal language with our products. A door handle tells somebody to turn. So when we design something, we are essentially dictating how somebody will live or how somebody will experience that product.
Right.
And what we design can dictate somebody to do something good or do something that isn't bad or isn't good, such as like designing some type of recyclable trash can. It makes people want to recycle rather than just throwing a can out there and asking people to do it.
Right.
Depending on how we design it, how we make it look, or how we make it feel inviting to them, make them want to use it. That's a challenge for industrial designers to get that across to people, to speak that language that everybody can understand.
I
Definitely.
think the whole go green wave is really starting to take over.
That's what I like about this.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that green or responsible design, and no one really knows what that is.
Yeah.
Everybody says, "Oh, we'll do the green design," but the Revolutionary Roadshow, every product in there, for my eyes, is a responsible design. It's designed for a purpose.
Even more so, it seems like y'all just having a good time. It's not like you know, your pockets might not be full of cash, but at the same time, you're just kind of exploring the U.S., going around, getting to meet people, and
Yeah. I mean, I think that's something that design offers that a lot of other fields don't, though, is that it is fun and it can be human. And
research is playing with kids and going to Toys R Us or going to the mall and checking out the products. Like, man,
You get a chance to do what you love.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or, you know, you can redesign that product or redesign it, a new product better.
Yeah, environmentally, you start to realize that, like, if you design a toy, that they're going to make 3 million of those toys, and a lot of it's going to end up in a landfill, you know. And I don't think you realize that from the get-go. Just as a human, as you walk into a toy store and you see toys everywhere, you don't think that how many of those have been produced and how much of that ends up in the trash. You know?
Right.
So that's definitely something to think about. And that's probably some of the evolution that y'all went through. From what y'all said, it seems like y'all started to think that way. Like, what am I doing with this? Why am I designing this? You know?
Right, because everything you do gets multiplied by however many hundreds of thousands or millions with product design in a way that doesn't with architecture,
It's
for
not just
example.
about how
Yeah.
cool you can make it look. It's how
Functional it is.
Right.
how you can make an impact in
Right.
the world, and how with the manufacturability.
Yeah, I mean, I think design, industrial design in
Is that a
general.
word?
It's,
Totally just made that
it is a word. It's kind of at a crossroads of, like, earlier industrial design was basically about mass production. You know, how much can you make a certain product, and now I think we're trying to rethink what we do. Like, is it really responsible to mass produce this, or are we gonna make something that's for a specific purpose? You
Right.
know.
Cool.
I think if we individually evolve as designers, that we'll probably stop calling ourselves industrial designers and just start calling ourselves designers.
I would love that. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Let's make that happen.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm an industrial designer. Well, you know what that is?
I guess if you said designer, people I think relate it to better to like products and stuff. But
Yeah.
industrial, they get confused with
They
technological.
think we make manufacturing.
Like, it's
I
just,
think we're engineers.
like,
Oh,
when you say designer too, people don't understand it. They kind of think that you make things look pretty. You're a decorator or something like that. Like, if I say I'm a designer, people are like, oh, so can you tell me how my furniture looks in my house? I'm like, no, I can't. Like, no.
That's true. We get that a lot too. Yeah. We actually, some of our projects, we've gone into homeless shelters or foster care homes, and we learned this the hard way, that you don't walk in and say, we're designers and we're here to help, because they'll be like, we don't need that here. That's, that's luxury stuff. We don't need that. And it's really more about the process than the
Like,
output.
we're
Right?
problem solvers, like creative thinkers, and I don't think a lot of people get that
Right.
from industrial design. Or
Not yet
design,
anyway,
not yet.
but soon. Cool. Well, thanks for hosting us, you guys.
thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
Thanks.